The blessed Hammerdin Paladin, also known as the good old Hammerdin, is currently the best speed farm build in Diablo 4 Season 11. The best clear is right now around 1 minute 6 seconds pit by a Hammerdin. And here's the reason why. Hammerdin is like the Spiritborn event, but way better because it has a way higher damage scaling. Thanks to your falling star, you can teleport even through walls and you will receive the Arbiter because we play with the Disciple Oath that will transform us into an Arbiter every time we use a Disciple skill with a cooldown. Once we are in the Arbiter form, we can even dash through walls, and while we are evading, we're gonna cast our Blessed Hammer thanks to our Ancient Wheel. And thanks to our Herald's Morningstar, we have a 20% luck hit chance to spawn a Blessed Hammer on our target. So a lot of good tools to keep moving and doing damage meanwhile, like it was back in the day in Diablo 2. We also get more damage while we are on Arbiter form with Aspect of Ascension and Aspect of Celestial Strife. And we can also scale Castle to a pretty high amount. Thanks to our Herald of Zakarum and Aspect of Indomitable, we get a lot of damage from our Castle Paragon node. You have to take care of your evade cooldown. So you 100% need boots with attacks that will reduce your cooldown. Also, you need some source of cooldown reduction on your gear, go for an ammo and on your gloves. You will get additional cooldown reduction through Relentless and also equip your Resplendence Glyph. So every time we cast an aura, we lower our other cooldowns by 2 seconds, which is also affected by evade. So weave in an aura every time you have cooldown on your evade. On top of that, we have the aspect on our boots that will reduce our evade cooldown while we're in Arbiter form. You need a bit practice, but after a while, you will just fly through your pits. The rotation is pretty simple. Cast Falling Star to get into a group and then cast some hammers at the beginning and then constantly evade and cast Falling Star if it's available for your next pack. Weave in your aura if you have your evade on city and cast Condemn so the enemies get vulnerable. On the boss, you cast Arbiter. Also look out for enough CDR. The Arbiter has a higher uptime than it has a cooldown. Hey guys, what's up? Angren with my Diablo 4 Season 11 Paladin Hammerdin Endgame build guide, and we want to jump directly into the gear after I showed you the introduction. So first of all, let's gonna start with the helmet, and the Hair of Perdition is a pretty good helmet. It will give you a lot of core skills. It will give you crit chance, movement speed. That's pretty important, but the most important are the core skills. You can also use like Guardslayer's Crown until you have a Hair of Perdition. You can also use a Harlequin's Crest. So you also have less problems with your weight and your cooldown, but the Hair of Perdition is the ultimate helmet for your Hammerdin. I also have a rank 31 Blessed Hammer right now, and it can go even higher. Next up for your chest, you normally want to have the mythic chest Shroud of False Death because it's still like the best armor in the game, but until you have it, just take a legendary armor with some stats, with some rest, strength, armor, and get the aspect of Angelic Masterwork, so you're gonna get more rest while you're in Arbiter form. Now for your gloves, and that's extremely important, get one with a 3 Blessed Hammer, also one with cooldown reduction would be nice. You have a lower cooldown reduction of your cooldown skills and also your evade, and also get crit chance on it and some attack speed, and then also armor and strength. And for your temper, get your disciple damage, and for your aspect, get the aspect of ascension. So after we cast skill that grants Arbiter, we gonna deal more damage with the form. So now for your pants, and they're also extremely important, get the aspect of the Indomitable, so you're gonna get more armor up to your block chance, and also get a GA on strength and try to masterwork it on strength or end guard again. Then get GA max life, get armor, and also all rest. These are the 4th most important stats because they will also be kind of your main source of your damage reduction. And you also want to get your end guard through your masterwork, and you will get more armor through your block chance. As you can see, I already got 150% armor and 75% block chance through this end guard skill. And the cool thing is you can just spam your end guard as long as you will get a crit on it. You can just reset it with your Scroll of Frustration, and then you can spam it all over again. So pretty nice. And then for your boots, and I got a pretty good one, get 5 faith per second because we don't have rally any longer. And also get day strength, max life, and also armor, and get the arbiter duration also with the crit. And then try to crit your strength for more damage. Then pretty important, get the aspect of the Arbiter safe here, so your Arbiter's evade cooldown is reduced up to 3 seconds, and it's extremely important to get a high one. So try to get a 3-second one, because that's most of the time the difference to get a pair mehr wide up. So then for your weapon, Herald's Morningstar, pretty nice and important. Get strength, but most important, get a chance for Blast to deal double damage, and also get a J on Blast Hammer, and you can also get a bit on your Blast Hammer. I think then you have even a chance to get 100% for your Blast Hammer to deal double damage. I got a pretty crazy sanctification on it. My skills deal up to 22% increased damage based on our available primary resources. So then for your amulet, and that's the cool part, you kind of want to have cooldown reduction and also crit chance, and then just get whatever of your passives you want. Righteousness is one of the best one, where you're gonna get increased holy damage, but honestly, just get one of your passives. It's pretty strong. And for your aspect, get the aspect of Celestial Strife. So then for your first mythic, get the Ring of Starless. Guys, get a GA on core skill, also a crit on core skill, and then also try to sanctify it for anything you want. And for your second ring, it's the Argent Veil. Arbiter's evade triggers a random equip core skill for every 2 meters traveled. So that also means our Blast Hammer will get constantly casted, and try to get the GA on core skills as also your masterwork on it. Then also try to get a high value of your core skills, deal more damage. And this is one of my best pieces, the Herald of Sacrum. So I got a J on core skills, and I also critted my core skill. J or crit on armor would even be better, but I also got max value of my increased strength, resistance, armor, retribution chance. So for your gems, get your diamonds in your jewelries you need it for more depth. Then you can also get a CFX for more skills for 10 seconds, and also Ohm for more damage. But you can also take things like Igni, where you store your resource, and then make the enemies vulnerable. That's also pretty good, because vulnerable is kind of still our only source that is lagging. We need to have our paragon board for it. So then, as I said, for our oaths, we have the disciple, and this will get triggered every time by a falling star. And for skill tree, we're gonna kill 1 point into advance, then max out your Blast Hammer as also the disciple halo, then max out your anchor, and also put all of your masterworking in it. Max repose, max discipline. For your aura skills, take 1 point into the fun aura, also the Rite of Vengeance for more crit strike damage. Then max out your Defiance aura, because the more points you're gonna put into it, the more auras and armor you will get. You will get death, but most important, you will get more damage through your paragon node, the castle. And then also go for Rite of Might, so we're gonna get more damage whenever we gain resolve. And then for your Valor skills, take the Falling Stars, also to free fall, and also max out your best offense and also fortitude. I'm still kind of trying to figure out how I will get proper fortitude. Here we're gonna get some without divine gifts, but that's not really that much. So yeah, I will take more damage than I will get my fortify up. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure this out. And then for your justice skills, get 1 point to condemn as also your gather of the guilty. You're gonna do the enemies vulnerable, important, and you're also gonna stun them, and you're also unhindered while you're gonna cast your condemn. Then also go for Iron Sharpens Iron, Break the Line, and also Heavyweight. And as I said, you can take any of these passives by Amulet. And then for your ultimate skills, max out Arbiter of Justice as also the Terror of Swings. It got nerfed, but it's still pretty good. And then max out Shining Armor as also your Giant Slayer. So then for your key passives, take Court of Arms. As you can see, I already have 140% current damage bonus. So then for our paragon board, and it's pretty important, get your castle as your first node, so you will get a huge damage spike early on. And for your first board, take the Apostle, so we're gonna do more damage with our discipline skills. It's also kind of important that you're gonna get things like the maximum life and tall armor here, but first of all, rush all of your legendary nodes and then rush to your glyphs. So for the first board, we have castle, as I said, and also exploits. We're gonna make our enemies vulnerable. For the third board, we have Relentless. We're gonna get huge chunks of cooldown reduction after we move to a certain distance, and also Resplendence. So we're gonna get a bonus to all magic nodes, and we also get a cooldown reduction after we cast our aura skill. That will also affect our evade, so also pretty important. And we're also gonna get huge chunks of cooldown reduction and resistance through our cliff here. Then for a second last board, take the spirit, also the divinity, so we're gonna deal more damage against vulnerable enemies while we're in Arbiter. And for your last board, take your shield bearer, so we're gonna do more damage equal to 100% of our pluck chance, as also our canny cliff. After you picked all of the cliffs and your legendary nodes, I would recommend to you to get at least these points here, because you can get with 5 points 20 more points into your apostle. That's a pretty huge damage bonus. Then you can also get things like strength node here and strength node here, and then start to get things like total armor and total resistance here. Then also get some physical damage here from your cliff, and also get your total armor up here. So as you will also get more damage, because more armor means more damage. So as you also can see, I don't have the bonus power because I still need my Shroud of False Death with the all stats on it. Then after that, you can just kind of freestyle and try to max out your glyphs range with your needed powers. So for my mercenary, you will have the Rahir with more armor, and also the one that you do more damage. And for the reinforcement, take 8 kin with your horn. I hope I could show you a pretty cool build guide that is currently the best speed farm build in Diablo4 Season 11. And if you have still some further questions, please ask them in the comments down below. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel, also follow me on Twitch. Until the next video, bye.